Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program with me, Hi Hobo. So hopefully straight away you should be noticing an improvement in the audio quality. This isn't by any means a permanent fix, but it's the first step of an experiment to find out whether or not I can get a top quality audio. I know that this is better and acceptable. It is going to require a bit more work. What I'm running at the moment is a Wharfdale stage microphone through a fast track sort of USB preamp, if you will. But the problem is, for whatever reason, I've been through every conceivable setting. It's only recording on the left, so when I finish recording, I'm then going to have to drop it into Adobe Audition and duplicate the track on both sides, then render that as a separate audio track, and then put it back into Kerbal Space Program as a audio track over the top of the original one, so it would be sort of a music track, if you will. So it's a little bit of extra work. I don't mind doing it, though, if it improves the audio quality. I think I've actually got to the crux of the matter of what's wrong with it. Is any time I have anything to do with the sound card at the front of the machine, for some reason, all hell seems to break loose. So whether or not it's cooked, I don't know. I did cook one of the USB ports on there. I tried to plug a speaker into it, one of the little 3.5mm headphone jack things, and all of a sudden smelt like a burning sulphur sort of smell. And it hasn't worked ever since. So I think a new sound card on the front, though I might just go ahead and get a new case. I've got a spare case upstairs which has got a sound card on the front, so I might have the machine sent away and rehoused. I haven't got the patience to do such things. Anyway, enough of my blubbering. We've got 2 flights in progress. One is the lost flight on Minmus, and the other one is the flight that we are currently undertaking, which should be in orbit now around Kerbin. Yes, the Mark 7. Learn your Roman numerals. The Mark 7. So let's fly that one. So we're going to try a similar tactic again and find out if that is going to pay off for us a second time, or if we are in fact going to lose yet another craft. That's a very pretty sight to come in there. Let's just have the F2. So the only other thing as well is I have to sort of lean around the microphone to see my keyboard, because I've had to fabricate a pop shield. The thing's a train wreck. I've ordered a proper pop shield because I think it would be worth having one either way. But this one, it's effectively a gel filter, which is a sort of pressed piece of metal with a hole cut out of it, with a corner of a pillowcase stitched onto it rather roughly. Then it's got a coat hanger that runs through the centre of it, and that's clamped to a microphone stand. It's a rough setup. So yeah, that's all very pretty, all very nice there. So let's just get a look at what it is that we're going to be doing here. So obviously we need the sun. I think we'll go for a similar attack plan of attack as we did last time. I.e. go right the way round and then burn here to fling us off towards the sun and to get an orbit around the sun, and then hopefully try and intercept Eve. That's the plan. So we'll just need to shoot forwards a little bit, then maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm just going to stop just a little bit early because I'd like to reassess what we've got on the ship, fuel-wise, because it's been a little while. So let's just drop out of that mode. Oh, we're going to need to start turning, I know that much, because this is going to take forever. In fact, we might not even make it this time. So it looks like we've got 2... We're on our penultimate tank now. So we burn through this one and we have 1 more. And then we get down to the next stage, which... Did I put a nuclear engine on there? Looks like I did. So we'll find out how good the nuclear engine is. That was actually a suggestion by somebody. I apologise, I've forgotten who it was who suggested it, but thank you all the same. which is not quite as cumbersome as I remember. So just plop you in there. Now somebody else said as well that stacking this many SAS units on top doesn't help. I would have to disagree, politely, of course. I may be wrong, but I do find that the ship becomes a lot more controllable and a lot more stable the more SAS that you put on it. But each to their own. You know, if you like to fly without them, then that's fine. Do what you want to do. Live your life. So let's go for a burn. Oh, hold on a second. That sounds mighty loud here. No, it's just my headphone settings. So let's go turn those down a touch. That's something else I've got to be careful of, is catching this pop shield, because it won't stop wobbling around. So hopefully that was if it was a big thump on that, I'll see to it that gets taken out. So anyway, sorry about that. We'll close that rather than apply it and crash the game. It's looking good. 11 seconds. The other thing I got as well was a video response talking about using the aerospike for this stage, because I've said several times I don't like it. I don't find it a very economical engine. Thank you very much for the video response. That was from the one game we didn't actually apply to it today. I think I was burning 11 litres a second of fuel. These big rocket engines here, I don't know how much thrust they're producing relatively, but crash the game. Oh no, it's behaving. Oh no, I haven't got saprons. What? Why didn't you start, nuclear engine? Oh no! What? That's rubbish. Oh god, I can't even slow down, because if I slow down I'm going to do the same thing as last time and smack my head on them. Nothing we can do. Jolly. So can we do this to get out of the way? Yeah, we can get out of the way like that and close the orbit down. Oh, that's annoying, peoples. Why did you tell me? Why didn't you tell me I was fucking up again? Yes, yes. So I don't know how much thrust they produce relative to. It's a shame, because we were off at that. What a pisser. Relative to their fuel consumption, but I have to say, let's say they just consume way too much for my liking. So that's got us back into an orbit. Let's get there and shut this orbit down entirely. Bring him home safely. There go those bits. Yeah, now, whilst we're doing this as well, I was reading on NASA's website some interesting news. This the Curiosity rover that's up there at the moment, all the big news on it, it's actually discovered evidence of rivers, once running rivers, i.e. the same way that you sort of find them down here on Earth. I.e. there's tracks of stones which have been rounded as they've rolled from place to place. And not just a little bit of water either, a substantial amount over time, which could also possibly suggest that it may have even had rainfall. I don't know. I'm sort of putting words into people's mouths there, but the sort of timeline that they're discussing, I would assume it would have to rain. So yeah, quite excited. I think they've known for quite some time, or they've thought for quite some time, certainly, that NASA that Mars has got water, or there was water on Mars at some point. We'll take that off and go through this stage. Dropping at 3,000 meters a second. I think this is accidentally the fastest rocket I've ever made. But now our descent is slowing. Hopefully those chutes hold. Wow, look at that speed tumble. Look at the G-force, Christ. It tears the goddamn head off. I'm surprised those chutes held. You know, we shall go and investigate why that nuclear engine didn't fire. Everything seems to be happening very quickly. And pointlessly put the gear down, just in case we hit an iceberg. Nice. Okay, we'll call that a successful landing. Space Center. We'll go. So that was the MEEEEE Mark 7. So let's find out what is the crack with this rocket. Why didn't this engine fire? This doesn't look very familiar at all. Oh, hold on. No, that's the Eve Explorer, that's why. I'm sure I hit the MEEEE. What's a herpa-derpa-derpa? Big outer stage with a 6-cylinder in. Yeah, there we go. So where are you? Yeah, it's in the right place. I don't understand why it's got this asterisk. I don't know if don't in fact actually know why most of these do. So that didn't fire under its own accord. In which case I don't trust it. I don't like it. It's gone. I think at that stage there we may not need much over. I suppose adjustments for such a heavy rocket. I think we'll go with a slightly bigger one, and we can always lower its burn. And it is an engine change, so let's hit the launch pad. Just going to quickly wet my whistle first. Oh, that's better. Okay, so this launch is for Loxty Tiny Wolf 2006 or 2006, Nathan Schultz SHULTZ, Tony Toussaint or Toussoun TOSSOUN, and Bedrock-based games. Welcome to all you guys. Thank you very much for your subscriptions, as thank you to all of you guys for your subscriptions too. I do hope you're still enjoying the series, even with the couple of problems we're just having at the moment, especially with me avoiding hitting his pop shield. So without further ado, in 3, 2, 1, start. Two should be engine ignition, one should be noise. Yeah, a couple of frame rate issues here, just whilst it gets off the ground. So start to catch a bit, smooth out. still want to try this retrograde orbit exit, because it's difficult to do a full beam with these tanks because they need to disappear. So who was that? So that was the solid fuel stage that's just disappeared there. I think a separate. Just blue. I need to have a look at that. Yeah, it did, separate. It shouldn't have. So that's another staging issue we need to come back to. Just going to make a note of that. The problem with having when you start to overcomplicate designs like this. We're still going, well, I suppose if this is retrograde, then this would be grade. In spite of our best efforts. So let's do the honourable thing and go upwards and not fight it. I think we just got lucky that one time. Oh, also, today's date is the 3rd of October, Wednesday the 3rd of October 2012. This Sunday, if I remember correctly, 7 o'clock GMT, so that'd be the 7th of October 2012, Sunday the 7th of October. GMT, it's 12 o'clock midnight, which I believe in Florida time it will be about 7 o'clock. NASA TV is going to start its live coverage of the next Falcon 9 and SpaceX launch. So for those of you who are interested in that, I'm sure Kurt J. Max is going to cover us on that sometime shortly, but just in case he doesn't, there you go. So let's just roll it. Whoa. I'm going to go this way. I'm upside down, so let's see what threw me off there. And release. Space explosions. Come on, SAS, get your fucking arse into gear. Give me a 90-degree burn line. Yeah, it could really do with RCS fuel. Come on. Get round. So we're very quickly running out of speed here. So yeah, we've got quite the height on the orbit. We're going to need all of that. Not only to get us into an orbit, but also to make the release of to get out the influence of the planet a little bit easier. Come on, just a bit more, because we're nearly ready to start burning at this rate. Okay. Not much further now. I don't... Oh, shit. Fuck. Pardon my language. Tried to fire those just a little bit earlier. Whoa, I don't like that. Okay. It's just the one. That's all a little bit close. So I'm taking the SAS off just to start rolling down. So that my horizon is the way that I like it. On red. Cover the bees. just set that forward. That's, I don't think that's been twitching during 1991 now, but I don't think it's as much as it's going to make any difference. I'm just going to kill the burn for a second, get a bit higher, and then go again. Because I think we're still carrying a bit of vertical momentum, and I want it all now to be horizontal. So yeah, just slowly approaching that. Maybe just give it a little zip along the timeline here. I'm hoping by this point as well that the spaceplane challenge has come out. If it hasn't, go across and check that one out. I think that's episode 6 off the top of my head. That's to build a plane with the longest range that you can. Now I got to a little over 2 millimeters over a 2.5 hour flight. However, by my own rules, I was disqualified. So anything you do automatically beats my effort. But yeah, episode 6 proceeds this one. Go ahead, have a look at that one. Even if you don't want to join in, and let me know what you think of the video. Even if you've just got a wacky crazy plane that you'd like me to spotlight in one of my games, I would be happy to do that. If you want to send that over to me, get in touch with me on Twitter at Hobo, and send me a message there, and then we'll figure out what to do in order to get the file to me. Or again, doesn't have to be a plane. So I seem to have completely lost the ability to talk today. It can be a rocket as well, if that's what you so desire. 215, 270, that'll do for that one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call the episode there. Technically, we actually haven't got anywhere. Gilly, isn't that the moon of... yeah, it is. It's the moon of Eve. On what line? On that line, or... So I was just wondering if maybe it might be an idea to try and get on Gilly's line and use it as a slingshot to the surface of Eve, but I don't know. Let's get there first. Yeah, so technically we haven't really got anywhere, but we have sorted out the staging issue. And I think we're in a slightly better position this time. Okay, we've got a touch more fuel. I think by this point last time we were about here on this tank. So we're about nearly a tank ahead of ourselves. Well, it might work out quite nicely after all. Who knows? Let's join me in the next episode to find out, certainly. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe to find out when that next episode is going to be. As I said before, go ahead and check out my Spaceplane Adventure Challenge. I've actually called it Race on a Plane, in tribute to Snakes on a Plane, though I'm not sure how much tribute should really be invested into that. Yeah, my name's Hobo. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.